Some moments don't shout for attention. They happen quietly, on ordinary days, between ordinary people, and they change lives forever. Before we begin, if you believe kindness still matters, if you believe second chances can come from the smallest moments, please like this video, share it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe to Kind Soul Stories. And tell us in the comments where you're watching from, we'd love to thank you personally. The morning was cold in that slow, honest way that settles into your bones. Not dramatic. Not cruel. Just persistent. A thin layer of frost clung to the edges of parked cars along Maple Street. The neighborhood was still half asleep, windows dark, curtains drawn, the world moving gently toward another workday. Daniel Harper adjusted his jacket as he stepped out of his aging sedan. The car sighed as the engine shut off, like it was tired of trying. He paused for a second, staring at the dashboard light that had been blinking for weeks now. He already knew what it meant. Another problem. Another bill. In the back seat, a small voice stirred. "Dad, is it morning?" Daniel turned, forcing a smile that came easily only because his son deserved it. "Yeah, buddy. Still early though. You can rest for a bit." Ethan Harper was 6 years old. Too young to understand why mornings were always rushed. Too young to know why his dad's shoulders were always tense. He hugged his worn backpack close, the zipper broken, one strap repaired with careful stitching Daniel had done late one night. Daniel closed the car door softly. He straightened his shirt, the same one he wore to his warehouse job every day, and checked his phone. 2 missed calls. One from his manager. One from an unknown number. He ignored both. Daniel was a single father. Not by choice. Not by accident. By loss. 3 years earlier, life had split in half on a rainy highway when his wife never made it home. Since then, every day had been an act of balance, grief on one side, responsibility on the other. He had learned how to cook with one hand while helping with homework. How to hide exhaustion behind bedtime stories. How to stretch paychecks until they almost snapped. That morning, he had parked where he shouldn't have. He knew it the moment he stepped away from the curb. But he also knew he didn't have a choice. The sound of footsteps echoed behind him. Measured. Steady. Official. "Sir." Daniel turned slowly. The police officer stood a few feet away, hat pulled low, not unkind, but unreadable. Her uniform was crisp. Her posture straight. Her presence heavy in a way authority always is when you don't have room for mistakes. "I'm Officer Elena Morales," she said. "This is a no parking zone between 6 and 9. Daniel nodded immediately. No excuses. No protests. "I understand," he said quietly. She glanced at the car. At the fogged windows. At the small silhouette inside the back seat. Officer Morales took out her pad. "I'll need your license and registration." Daniel handed them over, his fingers slightly stiff from the cold. He didn't argue. Didn't explain. He had learned long ago that explaining didn't always help. Behind him, Ethan watched through the glass, his eyes curious but calm. He trusted his father. Completely. Officer Morales began writing. The sound of pen against paper felt louder than it should have. "You know this carries a fine," she said, not looking up. "Yes, ma'am." Daniel swallowed. He calculated silently. Groceries. Rent. Gas. School supplies. Something would have to wait. As she continued writing, she glanced again at the car. Your son? She asked. Yes. How old? 6. If you weren't married, she said, almost absent-mindedly, I'd add my. She stopped herself. Daniel looked up, confused. She cleared her throat, finishing the sentence differently. I mean, I'd add your name to the system for follow-up. The words landed awkwardly, unfinished, carrying something unsaid. She tore the ticket cleanly and handed it to him. Daniel took it with a nod. Thank you, officer. As he turned to go, the back door of the car creaked open. Daddy? Ethan stepped out, his sneakers mismatched, his jacket too thin for the weather. Officer Morales stiffened slightly. Daniel immediately crouched. Hey, buddy. Stay in the car, okay? Ethan shook his head, clutching something small in his hand, a crumpled drawing. Is she mad at you? Officer Morales softened, just a fraction. No, she said. I'm just doing my job. Ethan studied her face carefully. Then, in the way only children can, he spoke without fear. My dad tries really hard. The words weren't loud. But they landed harder than any accusation. Officer Morales felt something shift. She knelt down, slowly, bringing herself to Ethan's level. What's your name? She asked. Ethan. That's a good name. He smiled, just a little. She looked up at Daniel. You're taking him to school? Yes. Daycare opens late today. She glanced at the ticket in Daniel's hand. At the car. At the frost. At the quiet street that didn't know it was hosting a moment that mattered. Officer Morales stood. She took the ticket back gently. Sir, wait here a moment. She walked to her patrol car. Daniel didn't move. He didn't hope. He had learned not to. Inside the patrol car, Officer Morales sat silently. Her own reflection stared back at her from the glass. She thought of her father. A construction worker. Long hours. Calloused hands. Quiet pride. She thought of how easily rules can forget people. She returned. Mr. Harper, she said. She tore the ticket clean in half. This is a warning. Daniel blinked. Thank you. She nodded. Anne, if you don't mind. She reached into her pocket and handed Ethan a small police badge sticker. For being brave. Ethan's eyes lit up. Officer Morales straightened. Drive safe, she said. As she walked away, she didn't look back. But her steps were lighter. Weeks passed. Life didn't suddenly become easy. But it became possible. Daniel kept working. Kept showing up. Kept loving his son with everything he had. One afternoon, a letter arrived. A promotion opportunity. Supervisor training. Better hours. Daniel stared at it for a long time before sitting down. At the bottom, a name. Elena Morales. A recommendation. Months later, on a warmer morning, Daniel parked legally this time. Ethan ran ahead, laughing. Across the street, Officer Morales stood directing traffic. Their eyes met. She smiled. Not as an officer. As a human being. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, share it, and subscribe to Kind Soul Stories. Tell us in the comments where you're watching from and one small act of kindness you promise to practice this week. Because sometimes, the most powerful kindness isn't breaking the rules. It's remembering why they exist.